I love jigsaw puzzles, and as a kid, I used to ask for them all the time. Christmases, birthdays, really any occasion you could ask for a gift, I was asking for a puzzle. My only problem is I wasn't very good at solving them. I was held back a lot by my own limitations, and it would take me weeks of frustration just to finish a simple 100-piece puzzle. I kept thinking there's gotta be a better way. And over the years, I've picked up a few tips and tricks that have made puzzle solving easier and more effective, but most importantly, more enjoyable. And I think a lot of people are like me in that regard, is they like the idea of starting a puzzle and completing one, but when you actually sit down to do it, it becomes a whole daunting task and very overwhelming. The key is just changing your mindset and looking at it from a different angle. The key to solving a puzzle is in the approach. Today we're going to talk about 3 points: sorting the pieces, starting with the edges, and taking a break. My first point: sorting the pieces. According to Donna Brown, turning pieces up may seem like a tedious task, but it will save time in the long run. And this is very true. As a kid, I used to just kind of pick up pieces and plug them in, and my sister would sit next to me and sit there, and she'd turn them upright and meticulously get them all facing the same way. And I found that when I was done pulling from my pile, I'd look to hers, and I could already start to see the image forming. It really helped when I went to go grab them and put them on the table because, again, I already saw the image that was forming, and it made it a lot easier. According to Carrig of Hobbylark, it's a good time idea to begin sorting interior pieces into smaller piles as you go based on which section of the puzzle they appear to be from. And this is very true. Not only does this help you kind of get smaller sections of the puzzle completed more quickly, but let's say you have a particular piece that doesn't quite fit into the pile you had it in. Odds are you have a similar pile that you can then move it into because that increases your odds of that piece fitting in with that pile. It just saves a lot of time in the long run. Which brings me to my second point, which is starting with the edges. According to Puzzle Warehouse, constructing your border gives you defined space that you'll work inside as you build. And when I was a kid, I used to grab the box and find my favorite, most recognizable image right on the box and start with that. And from there, I'd build the puzzle around it. And this never worked because, well, frankly, you have this picture, but you don't have an idea of where this picture fits in with the rest of the image. So you'd struggle to find the supporting pieces to complete the rest of the puzzle. And it just was a pain and very frustrating. Though, according to Tammy Malone, a competitive puzzle solver that was quoted in Reader's Digest, you shouldn't be of the mindset to find every edge piece right away because that takes and wastes a lot of time. And this is very true too. When you get the bigger puzzles that are, say, 2,000 to 3,000 pieces, finding 20, 25 edge pieces and hundreds of pieces can take a lot of time and cause a lot of frustration. It's better just to carry on and complete the puzzle as you normally would and add those pieces as you go. Now, I've talked about sorting the pieces and starting with the edges, and this brings me to my third and final point, which is take a break. According to Puzzle Warehouse, sometimes too much at any one problem can take away from the fun of it. And this is true not only with solving puzzles, but any activity you do. If you spend too much time getting frustrated, not being able to find where a piece goes, you're not going to enjoy your time doing it. So take a step back. Because also, according to Donna Brown of The Missing Piece, a fresh set of eyes always helps. This could be your most valuable tool, too. I don't care if you're fixing your car or solving a math problem. Walking away from an issue to get a fresh look and a new perspective on it oftentimes allows you to see things in a different way that you didn't before, that allows you to come up with a different, more reasonable answer. And it's the same with puzzle solving. Sometimes you'll just find where that piece fits without really having the clarity before. So, in conclusion, the key to solving puzzle is your approach. Today I've talked about 3 things. Sorting the pieces, for example, how smaller piles can help you get a bigger picture more quickly. 2, starting with the edges. For example, how leaving a few pieces behind of the edges is okay. And my third point, take a break, and how a fresh set of eyes could be your strongest tool. My mother isn't very good at solving puzzles. She never has been, and she really doesn't like them. You know who does like them? My nephew. And you know who does love helping my nephew? My mom. So I found, by watching her, she's taken a few of these tips and tricks and she uses them. And if I hadn't known that, I would never known she was bad at solving puzzles at all. This just goes to show that anyone can solve a puzzle. The key is in your approach.